After about 3.5 weeks, we finally get to hear John Harbaugh and Eric DeCosta speak on the Justin Tucker allegations. They were met by tons of reporters on the podium at the NFL Scouting Combine. We've got some clips to play from you guys, some analysis to give. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you guys tune in for all of it. And before that, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, okay? I'll have daily updates for this situation. I'm also going to have a ton of stuff on the NFL Scouting Combine this week, exclusive coverage you won't be able to find anywhere else. We got a ton of guys that work here at Chat Sports in Indianapolis right now giving us the best coverage. We got boots on the ground. Okay, let's start with the Justin Tucker discussion. So, coming into this video, and really since the allegations first dropped on January 30th, one of the biggest questions was, when did they know? Okay, because the answer to that might help us realize and recognize, okay, how much punishment might be at stake for the Baltimore Ravens themselves with how that they've handled this. Well, Eric DeCosta and John Harbaugh were both asked this on the podium. Here's their answers.
Right, so we were aware that a local media outlet was getting prepared to do a story on Justin Tucker, and that was the first time that we became aware of those allegations or the potential allegations that might result.
I learned after Eric told me, I think right before it came out, maybe the banner had called Eric and told him that there was something coming out. We didn't know anything about what it was going to be, so I knew what it was when I read it.
So they make it clear that this was something that they just knew just before it happened. And if you remember, or I think the second or third video that I made on this topic, we went back and looked at old tweets back from 2020 and 2021 where people, now they weren't reputable sources. I'm not going to come out here and say it was Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, but they were people tweeting about this back in 2021. Almost 4 years ago. And so it does make you wonder truly if this is something they known about before this. But hearing straight from them, this is something that they found out just a day or two before the Baltimore Banner article was released, meaning just a day or two any of us found out about this matter as well. So that's the first of the biggest questions to ask. And then I think number two is how do these guys feel? Okay, I think a lot of times when we're talking about guys that this doesn't directly affect, like a Justin Tucker, and we're just talking about coaches, general managers that have to deal with these situations, we often want to know, we also wonder, how does this make these guys feel? You know, they're the guys that have seen each other and see each other every single day, right? Justin Tucker's been in this organization. This has to have some sort of an impact on their psyche, on their mental, and really loved what Eric DeCosta had to say on just the seriousness of this matter.
The allegations are serious, concerning. The amount of allegations are serious and concerning. I think we're fortunate that the league is doing an investigation. We'll wait as patiently as we can for as much information as we can, and we'll make our decisions based on that.
Oh, absolutely. It's not what you want to wake up and read. You don't want to read about it. It's not something you want to see. I don't care what it is in terms of things that are hurtful and harmful to people. There's too many headlines like that. Too many stories that you hear that just make you just sad. Disappointed. And you don't want to ever see a circumstance, a situation, especially as it relates to your world where anybody's made to feel less than great when they come and are involved in a work experience somewhere, and as it touches all of us in our lives, we want to do everything we can to make sure that this is just the opposite, that everybody feels like they have a great work experience. You guys have been in our place every day, and you know what we try to do with that, so that's just really a tough deal, and the NFL is looking into it. They're going to come up, they're going to review it, they're going to try to gather all the facts, and hopefully we'll have an understanding of it at that time. And then once there's an understanding of it, then you have a chance to, make some decisions and determinations and things like that, and that's where we're at.
So it's obvious that John Harbaugh takes a little bit more of the personal approach to this, but I want to talk a little bit about what Eric DeCosta had to say. And he talked about the seriousness of these allegations. But he didn't just talk about how serious they were. What I loved at what he said was the amount of allegations were serious. Okay, I think that's a very, very important detail. And if you look here at the timeline, we discussed this last week, but When it originally surfaced, 6 women accused him, okay? And then a few days later, 3 more. And then 2 weeks after that, just last Friday, 7 more women total accused Justin Tucker. So that number right now is up to 16, okay? So not only are the allegations and what they're accusing Justin Tucker of, not only are those serious, but like DeCosta said, the number of those are serious, okay? And like Harbaugh said in his answers and DeCosta said in his, they're excited that the NFL is taking a look into this investigation. Excited might not be the word, but I think that they're grateful that the NFL is taking this into their own hands, okay? Because, it's one of those situations that needs to be looked at by the National Football League, needs to be investigated by the National Football League, and they know that, okay? And even though Justin Tucker doesn't necessarily agree with the allegations against him, I think he would say that this is something that needs to be investigated by the National Football League as well, okay? So we've got answers to our first 2 questions. When did they know? How do they feel? And I think the question number 3 that everybody kind of wants to know is, have they spoken to Justin Tucker? Or has this kind of just been one of those deals that since the allegations dropped on the 30th, that there hasn't been much communication? They each have different answers. We're going to hit you with DeCosta's first.
I did meet with Justin. I'm going to keep those comments to myself. And personal conversations with Justin, I think, is probably the smart thing to do. But at that point, we did, meet, and that's what I'm going to say about that.
And then, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks after that, I gave Justin a call on a Sunday morning, and we had a conversation about it, talked about it, more about, just more from a perspective of being together for all those years, kind of what he was going through, what he was dealing with that, and kind of how he's handling his family and things like that. And that was really productive.
It's only natural for them to check up on Justin Tucker, see how he's doing, talk to him, hear his side of it, especially when Justin Tucker's statement came out the exact same day the allegations came out, and he claimed things like, these are undeniably false, okay? These are unequivocally false, as he said about the allegations in the Baltimore Banner. He went on to say, I've never been told that I was not welcome at any spa. This article takes innocuous interactions. They are no longer recognizable. This is desperate tabloid fodder, and ends it with saying these allegations are false and incredibly hurtful. And, just as John Harbaugh and Eric DeCosta saw the allegations by the now 16 women who have accused Justin Tucker of such behavior, they also saw Justin Tucker's statement. And they also see a guy in Justin Tucker who they've known for a very long time, have coached for a very long time, have worked with for a very long time, and have cared for a very long time, okay? But they did say over and over again along the course of their interviews, along the course of their press conferences, that they are welcoming to the NFL investigating this. Their investigation started just this past week, and that they are curious to see what the investigation finds, and they are cooperating with everything that they need to be to make sure that justice is served, okay? To make sure that, we find out whether these allegations are true or whether these allegations are false. It's been a roller coaster ride, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of ups, lots of downs, and at this point we are 26, 27 days through it. I know there's going to be a long time until this ultimately gets figured out and ironed out in totality. Make sure you guys are sticking with us right here on the channel because we've got updates on this as they come. We also have daily news and rumors and everything else you could need on your Baltimore Ravens. So if you guys haven't already, make sure to join our family by hitting that sub button.